Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Hope you're having a great 2013 so far. I know I am, and I'm going to make sure we have plenty more content coming at you for the rest of the season. So, let's get into the Clippers versus Warriors, and in my mind, watching this game, it was simply a matter of three-point shooting in the first half when the Warriors went 8 for 12 and basically ran the Clippers out of the building. There's nothing I like more than watching a team that will hustle and sprint to their spots and get wide open shots when a team doesn't get back on defense well enough. And that was what was happening to the Clippers, and I'm going to show you how they were able to do that. Watch how there is very little body contact on Steph Curry, making him very comfortable as he comes around these screens. If you let him get rhythm, he's going to nail a lot of shots. On the pick and roll, he pulls up, and I want you to watch how Blake Griffin and Matt Barnes don't box anybody out, and there comes the roller Biedrins in there for the rebound. On this ball screen and then rescreen, Blake Griffin does a bad job containing the ball handler, forcing DeAndre Jordan to help out. That means Matt Barnes is a lot farther from his man than he wanted to be, and he goes for that fake and gives up a three. Very well-designed offense by Mark Jackson here. They'll do a screen and roll going to the right side, but it's not really to penetrate because the center is going to be in his way even if he wanted to go there. What it is a hit to the center. Watch how they're going to help on the weak side, even though it should be DeAndre Jordan helping on Biedrins, giving just enough room for Klay Thompson. Getting back is crucial against the Warriors. Watch Blake Griffin not run back very quickly on this transition, making Matt Barnes have to stay in the lane a lot longer, and no one is guarding Curry in the corner. Matt Barnes does a nice job chasing Klay Thompson around a couple screens, but then watch how he falls asleep and loses contact with him and wanders without knowing where he is. You can't give this much room to a guy like this, but they get lucky. You should never give up a fast break basket off a missed free throw, but they do. And here you'll see David Lee leading the break. DeAndre Jordan to stop the ball, and it should have been Jamal Crawford out there stopping that three. Here's a great example of Chris Paul bumping Curry and taking him off of his rhythm. A great way to defend a great shooter. When they go through, Matt Barnes must not have gotten the memo that Jarrett Jack is a really good three-point shooter as well, and they give him a pretty good look, but they get lucky. The Warriors shot 8 for 12 from three-point land in the first half, and this was one of the misses, so. Here's the play I run with my team. Klay Thompson double screen for an open shot, but watch Matt Barnes fall asleep and give him a wide open three. Again, lucky. The Clippers got close in the second quarter, but didn't get a good shot, and watch Jamal Crawford not hustle back. He should be picking up Steph and Curry, but instead he jogs, forcing Lamar Odom to have to be there, and the Warriors will kill you. Turiev has Curry on him but can't finish. Jamal Crawford's upset that he doesn't get the ball, doesn't run back hard on defense, and guess what's going to happen? Steph Curry comes full speed and pulls up for a dagger from three. Another well-designed play on the pick and roll. They're going to clear the side and overload the right side, forcing Barnes to have to help. Three Clippers collapse into the lane, and that's going to open up a pass that David Lee could throw blind to Klay Thompson for the three. Same out of bounds play, and Jamal Crawford turns his head and loses his man, and that's a dunk. Jeez Louise. On the very next play, watch Jamal Crawford walking around disconnected from the play, and then watch him walk back on defense, not picking up his man very carefully, and completely falls asleep on the best shooter in the gym. Again, look at the energy of Jamal Crawford when he realizes he is not going to get the ball. Just starts to walk back there on defense, even though the shot hadn't even gone up yet. Back in transition, Blake Griffin's way too slow picking up the ball, giving him a wide open three. And watch DeAndre Jordan not box anybody out, and they get another possession out of it. Move on to Blake Griffin's post-ups. While he's got a decent rating from Synergy Sports, there's a lot of footwork issues and fundamental balance that I have a lot of problems with, and I want to show you on some of these post-ups what I'm talking about. Here's a lame rip-through move simply to get a foul, and I hate these because it's not a real move to score, and getting Ezeli into foul trouble means nothing. Here's an up and under move going away from the basket, which is just backwards, and of course won't work. And when he comes back around, he's going to try and jump off of 1 foot. Naturally, Biedrins blocks it. On the left block, when he faces up and shoots a jumper, Blake Griffin is in the 0th percentile. That's right, 0. Last. Not good. He jumps off of 1 foot way too often, but here's a skyhook, except that the arm should be straight, not bent. And here's a Dirk leg fadeaway where he takes off from about the dotted line, but when he ends up shooting it, he's a lot closer to the free throw line. It's off of 1 foot, and it's very difficult to be consistent. Again, the sky hook with his arm bent off of 1 foot, not a solid base and not easy to get touch on it. On this one, he doesn't take advantage of the fake because he's not looking at the basket when Landry bites. And then after the ball gets knocked away, he's going to do a spin move, doesn't get the right foot low enough, and then does a one-footed fadeaway off the glass. More footwork issues. The right foot is the pivot foot, and then he's going to switch it. Should have been a travel, didn't call it. And now he's going to go off jab step and go off of 1 foot again and try and shoot it righty on the left side and just throw it off the backboard. Jeez Louise. So I'm sure it's expected that the Clippers were going to have a letdown after that huge winning streak. But in the Western Conference, things don't get much easier, and if you don't get back correctly against a team like the Warriors, they will run you out of the gym and rain down three-pointers like arrows in that Game of Thrones show. Do they even have arrows? I don't even watch that show, but it sounds like they would. So beware, Western Conference, because the Warriors are my new favorite team, and when they get going like that, they are almost impossible to stop. You throw in Andrew Bogut if he ever gets healthy, and I don't know anybody that's going to want to play them in the playoffs, and for good reason. So stay tuned for lots more coming up on B-Ball Breakdown. Hope you're having a great Happy New Year again, and don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. Are you in?